guys, it's Throwback Thursday. That's right. Give us your throwbacks today. I'm going to give you an editorial, like always, in the morning. We're going to finish off this week in Baltimore, or as Tony Montana would say, Baltimore, Elvira Hancock, Baltimore. So I was going to ask you what movie that is. Everybody knows. But we're going to finish off the week in Baltimore. We're going to talk about some Baltimore police officers that are in the news. Baltimore seems like I spend more time in Chicago and Baltimore and Texas than anywhere else. But we are going to finish off the week here. We're going to talk about two cops that were arrested for something they've probably arrested people for multiple times. And it's just like Tom Laughlin said in the movie Billy Jack when he said, when policemen break the law, then there isn't any law. Just a fight for survival. So it's true. When cops break the law, then who enforces it? So that's why, people have asked me why I'm so hard on law enforcement. Why do I do editorials about bad cops and never good cops? Because bad cops are the ones who are fucking it up for everybody. If cops are breaking the law, then is there any law? No, cops have to, and again, people say this is unfair, and it is unfair. I'm with you on that, but it's the way it is. It's called society. People live at a standard of this level. Cops should live at this level. They should be setting the standard. If I can't break the law or I get arrested, cops literally can't break the law because they're the ones doing the arresting. You see? So if they break the law, you got to bring in the state police or the FBI or the Department of Justice. What's going on here? If cops break the law, then you have anarchy. So that's why I do editorials on bad cops, because we have to start letting them know if you screw up, Community Leo Watch is watching you and you're going to end up in one of my editorials. Or it could be that you will. More than likely. Now, I put police in Google, went to news within the last 24 hours, what police stories. You know how many feel-good stories I got about good cops out there? And I'm not making it up, that many. But a lot of stories about non-Leos who are fucking up and committing crimes and shooting people and robbing, and then cops who are screwing up too and being investigated. And by the way, the subway thing in Chicago with Ariel Roman, who was shot in the Grand Station Red Line, those cops, Superintendent Charlie Beck has stripped them of their police powers. They're now assigned to desk duty with no police powers, pending the outcome of the investigation of that shooting. So I told you guys, Charlie Beck don't play around, man. He's just an interim superintendent, right? He's like going to move on and let the actual police chief come in and take over. Let's see what happens when they do that, because Charlie Beck is one who will fix things. He's, I like that guy, but Chicago, you're going to lose him soon. Now, and then what are you going to do? Who's the new guy going to be? Can he step into those shoes that Charlie Beck's in right now? But Chief Beck said, you know what? Seat him. We're going to find out what's going on here. He's not playing around. He's not going to try to support bad cop behavior. He's going to put them in the hot seat and make sure their feet are over the fire until the investigation is done. So just to give you that update, they have been stripped of police powers pending the outcome of their investigation. Let's go to Baltimore and find out what's going on with these two cops, and then we'll finish up tomorrow in Baltimore as well. But today, thank you, CBSLocal.com, for this story. CBS Local out of Baltimore, thank you. Two Baltimore City police officers were arrested in connection to a hit-and-run crash in Parkville early Sunday morning. Baltimore County Police responded to the 7500 block of Hillsway Avenue around 2 a.m. Sunday for a hit-and-run crash. When officers arrive, they see a Honda Cross Tour at the intersection of Hillsway Avenue and Deanwood Road with heavy damage to the front and front passenger side. The car is unoccupied. A trail leads the officer down Hillsway Avenue to a parked car with heavy driver's side and rear damage, including a bent axle. An off-duty Baltimore County police officer who lives in the neighborhood heard the crash and called 911. That officer tells 911 the alleged driver is walking southbound on Hillsway Avenue. The responding officer finds the alleged driver, and when asked if he was driving, the man tells that officer that a woman walking nearby was driving the vehicle. The officer tells the man to stay where he is while the officer talks to the woman, but the guy walked away. Another responding officer takes the man into custody. That's when the woman became very uncooperative. When they asked her to stay, she walks to the 1200 block of Deanwood Road, where she is stopped by yet another officer. She allegedly starts yelling and ignores the officer's commands. Nearby residents who heard the screaming came outside to see what was happening. The entire incident was captured on a doorbell camera. Ding dong. That video shows a man was driving and not the woman. Baltimore County Police arrested 33-year-old Akeem Olajuwon Nelson and charged him with making a false statement and issued a number of traffic violations related to the hit-and-run crash. County police also arrested 35-year-old Danielle Renee White and charged her with making a false statement and disorderly conduct. Now, Baltimore County Police Officer Jen Peach was quoted as saying both the driver and the passenger initially tried to say it was the passenger who was driving, but the officer saw them get out of the vehicle. And he also has it on his doorbell camera, so we know for a fact that the man was driving the car at the time of the crash and not the woman. Neighbors said they heard the crash, then looked out the window and saw the commotion outside. The most disturbing thing for us is that it's two police officers that we had to arrest because of their behavior, Jen Peach said. Both are Baltimore City police officers. The pair was released on their own recognizance. Baltimore City Police said they are aware of the incident and said that members of their Public Integrity Bureau are investigating. In a statement to WJZ, City Police said in the statement, "We cannot comment any further on this pending investigation." All right, so this officer's name was Akeem Olajuwon. Do you think his parents were big NBA fans at all? Basketball fans, or am I aging myself? But you know, here we got two cops. There was something here that I wanted to get to. Oh yeah, both the driver and the passenger initially tried to say it was a passenger who was driving, like there was a third person in the vehicle. But of course, there was cameras in there, or camera, that saw two people get out of the vehicle, and cops at that. So here I was saying earlier that you got these cops that, you know, are supposed to be enforcing law and supposed to be arresting lawbreakers, and here they are not only breaking the law, but lying about it. Not even telling the truth. So think of how many police reports they've lied on. Think of how many people that they have violated their civil rights and then lied on the police report to try to make it where, you know, this is what happened. Yep. Think about that. These are dirtbag cops. Hopefully they won't be cops any longer, although I don't know. You know how things go. But see, all of you law enforcement officers that are watching, if there's any law enforcement officers that are watching this editorial right now, when you get upset because someone's out there recording you with a camera, think about these two cops right here. I want you to think about these Baltimore cops. And don't give me that bullshit, well, this is California and we're trained differently. No, law enforcement is law enforcement is law enforcement. Cops are cops are cops are cops. I don't care if you're trained differently. I know that there's a difference in the nation, because I know that in New Jersey, yeah, there's a different attitude and different way that people talk. They use the F word a whole lot more than I do, and I use it a lot. But, you know, where people in, let's say, Idaho made police different than they do in New Jersey. People in Wisconsin made police differently than they do in New York City, the NYPD. So I understand that aspect that there's when you go to California, people are a lot different than they are in New Jersey. The East Coast, or what's up, motherfucker? You know, you come to California, it's like, hey, dude, what's up, man? How you doing, guys? You know, I get that. But my point, or my contention is this, that these cops are screwing up out here. causing us to have to record you on a camera, and then you guys are getting upset at us for following you around at work recording you. Think if there were no cameras in this story. Think if there were the camera captured nothing. It just, they crashed, they jumped out, and they could have said there's a third person and said, he went down that way. We don't know. We were in the back seat sleeping, and all of a sudden the car crashed and we got out and we don't know where they went. The person took off. If there were no cameras, they might got away with that. But a camera caught these two getting out of the car. Two, not three. Two getting out of the car. Now, if there were no cameras around, but there was a cop watcher that said, whoa, what the hell was that? Oh, look at those people. Whoa, where are they going? Where are they going? You know, now you have camera footage. Think of these two cops were on a traffic stop, and the guy said, you know what? F your mother. And the cop started punching him in the face, said, you don't talk to police like that. It was recorded, you see. You say, well, that's hypothetical. It's not too far-fetched, though, because they're lying about a car accident. I'm sure if they violate someone's rights on the job, they're going to lie about it. A liar is a liar. I want to know what you guys think about that statement. Let me know in the comment section below. I'm going to put a link to this story in the description box so you can go read it for yourself and process it. That's right. Community Leo Watch, watching Leos. That's law enforcement officers from coast to coast. We're going to spend a couple days here in Baltimore and see what you guys think about Baltimore. Be more. And Lion Cops. Thank you for watching. Happy Throwback Thursday. I will have another editorial for you tomorrow morning on Friday.